First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal. And they sent that play backwards.
Hunt. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Tucker McCann now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about.
Touchdown, Eagles! And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Here are the Eagles now as they're going to go for 2. They'll turn to Sanders, and he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, They want to keep going, but what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Out of the gun, Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
They'll turn to Sanders, and he will get into the end zone, and it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fresh off the pick-6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. On second down now. It's Hunt, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
From the 44, Goff. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Goff. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Daniels. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. Sanders a 1st down, still going. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Sanders. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down. The 2-yard line.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Second and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Big hold of the 30. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
Now back to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Darrell Daniels.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So they tried for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now it's Crowder. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. On first down, Goff. Airing one out for Crowder. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Past the 20. 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Dancing to his left. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Oh, Odell Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run with Hunt. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it here with Hunt. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Running on 1st down is Sanders, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down. A loss of 1.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the back. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And Daniels has it, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Darrell Daniels.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Back to throw.
And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
At their own 23-yard line.
Goff on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Daniels. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Back to throw here. Looking here for Smith downfield. And got his man complete. Touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
They'll look to throw.
And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Goff now looking to throw.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Goff now looks to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To the air again. Goff. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 28 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go, here we go. Hey, lift.
From the red zone now, Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Odell Beckham with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and
2. He'll drop to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. After the interception, here's Goff. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now it's Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Pass midfield, look out. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Julian Okwara.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Rolling to his right. This is Smith with the ground. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Good job.
Mo Alley-Cox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
He'll look to throw.
And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably...
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Daniels. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And an Eagle first down.
He'll look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Second and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Second and 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They'll try and throw for it.
And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Flush to his right. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First and 10.
One last throw here for Goff. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Eagles,
the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year.
And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.